Hello, Foamsmith here. So in this video, I'm going to teach you guys about foam. What type of foam you should use in cosplay, what's the most commonly used foam, and which foams you should actually avoid. So I'm going to start off with the most commonly used foam in cosplay, especially when it comes to making armor, and that would be EVA foam. So this comes in different sizes, like different thickness. You can get it between 2 millimeters and 12 millimeters. Again, the millimeters are just the thickness of the foam. This one specifically is 6 millimeters. You can get this for about $20, maybe $25 a roll. I say that because normally you can only get this type of foam through the internet, and they charge shipping most of the time. Now the thing is, it might be a little more expensive than the other foams that I'm going to show you guys, but it doesn't have texture on either side, and it forms a lot easier when you use a heat gun. So this would be like the top foam that you should use. You just search up cosplay foam or EVA foam or L200 foam, and you should get that. And remember, you're going to want to, the millimeters are the thickness, so you're going to want to convert the millimeters or get a ruler so you kind of know how thick each piece is. But now let's go on to the next piece. This is something that you've probably seen before. You've probably even used it before. It's usually in the gym area at stores, and you might even seen it at a gym yourself, and it would be this. Now this is EVA foam as well. It's the same thing as the other one. The difference is that this is about 2 feet by 2 feet. The other roll is about 2 feet by 6 feet. When you buy these, they tend to always be the same thickness, maybe a little bit different. But this would be 12 millimeters. Okay? Now the problem with this foam, aside from it being only 2 by 2 feet, right? You don't have a lot of area to work with, especially if you're a big guy like me, is that it has this. It has a texture on the back. Now this might, if you're a beginner, you might find this cool, but don't use this. It will define the difference between a lazy cosplayer and a cosplayer that pays attention to detail. If you do decide to get this, which it is a little cheaper than the previous foam that I showed you, please sand it down. Use a belt sander, use sandpaper. It's going to take a while, it's going to be hard, but if you need to save the extra bucks and you get this, please sand it down. And because one, this does not take glue very well. It doesn't take it well at all. And so the pieces are going to start unsticking all the time. And two, it also doesn't take paint very well. So yeah, just try to avoid it. Like, just sand it down. Listen to me, please. You're gonna thank me. So this would be like a budget thing. You could get a pack of about maybe 6 for 20 bucks. If you go to Sam's, you can get like in Sam's or Costco, you can get an 8-pack for about the same price. So yeah, I would honestly recommend using these thicker foams. Even if you get the other one that I showed you, if you get it like 12 millimeters thick, which would be this thick, I would use that mostly for weapons, like props, foam props, or helmets. Because when you make a helmet, you want it to be a little sturdier. You don't want it to be too flimsy. So the 6 millimeter is a little too flimsy. Now I would use a 6 millimeter for torso armor, mostly because it might be a little bit flimsy. It's not too flimsy, but it might be a little bit. But you need that, because if you don't, you're going to be too stiff. You're not going to be able to move around. So let's move on to the next piece of foam. Now this is one that I know you guys have used a lot, especially in school. Craft foam. You can get this in different colors. This is 2 millimeters thick. I would suggest only using this for details. You can draw on a pattern, cut it out, and then glue it onto your armor, your foam prop, weapon, your helmet. I usually just use this for detailing. So that would be it for the EVA foam. Now I'm going to show you another commonly used foam in cosplay. This one is used more for muscle suits. Now this is upholstery foam. It's not a very pretty piece of foam, it's the only one that I have at the moment, but this is upholstery foam. You can get this at the fabric section at Walmart or Michael's or Joann's. I will have this on my Amazon link as well, so if you don't want to go out to the store, you can get it through the link. The good thing about this is that it's very flexible, it's very soft, but it's only used mostly for muscle suits, because you would use like an undersuit and you would cut out the foam muscle groups, shave it down, give it a nice form, glue it onto your suit, and then you would glue on another suit over this so it looks like you have the muscles on it. Again, this comes in different thicknesses, depending on how big you are, how big you want the muscles to look would be the thickness that you get. You can get it between a 1/2 inch, full inch, or 2 inches. That's usually what you would find at stores. You could find other measurements like other thicknesses, but that's like the typical range you would find. Another use that you can have for this is you can put it inside helmets, you can put it inside armor, mostly like padding inside. So sometimes you have screws in your armor holding something together, and that screw might, you know, penetrate out a little bit, and it'll scratch you. So I would suggest you could put a little piece of this over the screw, or you can put it inside the entire backing of the armor and it would like cushion you. The problem with this is that it will get hot, so I would avoid using it too much. Like, be careful where you use it and how much you use it. This is also kind of expensive. A small roll about 2 feet by 4 feet is about $25 to $30, so it's less foam than the previous roll that I showed you. This does come in rolls, like it's rolled up in a little bag. I would just use this for muscle suits or padding. Now, those are the foams that are commonly used in cosplay, and the foam that I would suggest you stay away from would be green craft foam. I'm not sure what you would call that. Plant foam. It's like a green brick, and a lot of people use that for fake plants. So you just stick plastic flowers in it and make like decorations, like tabletop decorations and stuff. That's good for that. Don't use it for cosplay. It's very brittle. It gets very dusty. You can get it in your eyes easily. It makes a mess. Stay away from that. Also, stay away from styrofoam. Styrofoam, I usually just use it to pack because it doesn't take paint well. It reacts to a lot of different glues. Like if you use contact cement, it's going to melt. I believe it does the same thing with super glue. So I would just stay away from that as well. Styrofoam is, like I said, I would just use that for packing. Don't use it for cosplay. It's going to be too much trouble. You're going to waste too much time. It's honestly not going to look very good unless you're like an extremely good craftsman and prop maker and you have other techniques and stuff that you can layer over it. But in all honesty, if you're a beginner, just stay away from the styrofoam, stay away from that nasty green foam, and just try to use the foams that I showed you previously in this video. And like I said, like in my previous videos, I have an Amazon link in my bio. I will have these foams in that link on my store. You don't have to buy them, but again, if you guys want to go buy something else on Amazon, I would really appreciate it if you go to Amazon through my link instead of just Googling it on the browser or, you know, using the app. I mean, if you want to use the app, you can go to Amazon through my link and then just go to the 3 dots in the top corner and hit open an app, and it will open the app and you're going to be in Amazon, but you went to Amazon through my link. Every time you go through my link, doesn't matter what you buy, you can go buy a TV remote, you can buy a toothbrush, and I'm still going to get a commission for it, and it really helps me out. So thank you, I would really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you understood what I had to say. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit down. It is about 3:30 in the morning right now. I'm very sleepy. It's been a long day, but I hope this motivates you to get foam to start your crafting and you know, I hope it motivates you to start crafting in general. My next video would be on the different types of glue that you can use. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching. Peace.